The way I was introduced to Phil is through a builder when one of my clients was promised a loan and it didn't happen. Then Phil took on the loan after about 10 or 11 other lenders said no. They didn't even try to make it happen. But for somehow, Phil was able to make it happen. And then my client was extremely happy, and ever since then, I've just stuck with Phil. Problem solver. I mean, problem solver is a great way to describe Phil. I know I touched upon a quick story of one of my clients, and I keep going back to this one because it was just a great success story. The other lenders wouldn't even look at the loan. And it's almost like Phil thought, hey, this is gonna be a challenge, I can't wait to figure it out. And that's a fundamental difference in somebody's mindset, you know, hey, you know, I could open my mind to possible solutions, or I could just close it because some other lender had already said no. Another great thing about Phil is that he's not afraid to demonstrate humility. You know, he said to me one time, and this really stuck with me, we're not perfect, we're gonna make mistakes, but it's how we fix them that matters. And to me, hey, if you can be a little bit humble and say, hey, we're gonna make mistakes, but it's how we react to those mistakes, I mean, that went a long way with me. I've touched upon one client of mine. We're going through a different client right now who didn't have any success with BB&T, gave Phil a call. Phil said, here's what's gonna need to happen in order for this to happen, and that couldn't happen. So then Phil said, okay, let me look at it again, and he found another way to make it happen. And then he went a step further and actually hopped on a phone call with the lady who was selling the home to ensure her that it's going to happen. So, you know, she was obviously nervous, she was obviously frustrated when she found out that my buyer's loan wasn't gonna be closed with BB&T. So Phil took it a step further and said, let me call her, talk to her, eased her concerns, and now we're on our way to closing. If somebody asks me, hey, do you know a good lender? I mean, Phil's the first person that I recommend because I'd rather not have to jump through those hoops that I have with other lenders before where, hey, I don't really know whether or not this loan is gonna go through. And then if it doesn't go through, we're gonna call Phil next anyway. So why not just call him first? I think I've closed, 8 loans with Phil maybe. And they've all been great. Not only do I recommend Phil to my clients, I tell them they're gonna have a great experience working with a great guy. You know, it goes a lot further than just who your mortgage lender is, because anybody can write a mortgage. It's who you're working with.